I can't believe it. Don't you ever quit? I've been away a long time.
Let's do a quick catch up where we're at. I got some glazing and spot putty and just filled in some very tiny imperfections. Obviously went wider than was necessary because I'm going to end up sanding all that out, and then I'll be applying a primer filler over the tops of mostly the outsides of these parts, and then also the tail section here. This is fiberglass, so it had some imperfections in it from wear, so I filled those in, and then I'll be sanding all that back and then applying another coat of just regular primer over the top of that, because this is not a huge deal. Then my two, I guess these are called, well, these might be like stanchion rails. I don't know, the seat, where the seat goes, attaches to the frame. Same thing. There were some minor nicks in the coating, the paint, and since this is going to act as the base layer for the new paint, I'm working with what I've got. Again, going to sand this down. I do have a block sand, or a sanding block, not a block sander, but I got a sanding block. This is some pretty rough grit sandpaper. Won't be using this. That's 120. Not good for doing what I want to do. I need to be like 200, 220, maybe even higher, but probably 200 to be 220, somewhere there. Anyways, that'll get sanded back, and yeah, we'll just keep rocking and rolling. Again, the big part's going to be when I get to this point. So just a quick little update on where we're at.
2,000 years later.
Well, I got to run. In the far back one, heck, let me show you. Don't do what I just did. I don't know. I guess I'll just scuff it again, try to get that evened out. But I was trying to get paint inside, and dumb, instead of just kind of misting around it, I tried to go for it, and that's the result. So don't do what I just did if you're painting yourself. And that is in an obvious spot, so that has to be redone. So I'm not going to paint this one any further. I'm going to continue on this one. I've got to wait a little longer for that paint to dry well enough to get that done. It is a little bit cooler today, and I apologize again that you really can't see what I'm seeing. It's a dark charcoal metallic gray. You might be able to see a little bit better now. And it's very close, in my opinion, to the factory color. Might be a little bit, actually it is a little bit darker, but that's not gonna bother me. It has a nice contrast to the other paint, the frame and so forth. So I think it'll look good. So let me come back when I'm ready to do the last, maybe the last coat, maybe next to the last coat on this one. And that one's gonna require a little bit more effort, at least on that one section.
Look at the size of that boy's head. Shh. I'm not kidding, it's like an orange on a toothpick.
Shh, you gotta give the boy a complex.
Well, that's a huge noggin. It's a virtual planetoid. Has its own weather system. Heed! Move!
Okay, I think that's going to do it. Pretty good coverage on from that tip on the paint. Looks like I didn't end up with any runs on this one, and I was able to get down in there. Now the bolt that holds that on is also going to help prevent, you know, a lot of visibility with any flaws inside there. There you can see if you look, I mean, yeah, there's definitely some, it's not great, but it's not awful either. The paint finish looks pretty good. I'm happy with it, that's what I'm saying. Just checking up in there. So we're saying the same thing at the same time. So what I got to do, I'm going to let this one dry for a few days to let that paint just get nice and cured, so that sanding it will be a little easier than, I mean, I do have acetone over there, and I might be able to just wipe that right off. But I think I would rather wait. You know, I'm going to be patient with this. I have used probably, oh yeah, that's half the can. So I need to conserve this paint. So if I can avoid having to recoat literally everything and just worry about the area that needs it and finish it out with what I've got left, that's going to be the ideal scenario. I think that'll do it for this segment. And next time you come back, I'm hoping we're in a good spot for the frame to get that dent filled up. With all the other body work completed, I think that'll allow me to just focus on that one area. And then we rock and roll from there, guys. Until next time, peace out and keep it between the dishes.